It's 6 p.m. It's a wonderful Thursday. We have 86 people and counting. My name is Robbie Rue. Howdy, everyone. This is my buddy, Jim. Jim is going to do us the honors this Thursday evening and talk to everyone about TexitCoin, and I'm excited to hear his presentation, and I appreciate everyone coming on board. A lot of great things happening, and we'll let you guys in on TexitCoin. So, Jim, I'm going to mute myself, and I'm going to shut down my video and let you take the stage, sir.
Thanks, Rob. Appreciate you, brother.
Thank you.
Hey, everybody. It's great to be here tonight. I'm really excited about it, actually. Just going to kind of share my story with you a little bit, tell you, how I got involved in the project and so forth. I want to start out by saying, obviously, I'm not a financial advisor in any way, shape, or form. I'm not an accountant, and I'm not giving financial advice or anything tonight. With any kind of a project, with any kind of financial thing, I think you need to do your own due diligence and come up with your own answers and really never use money that you can't afford to lose. But I am very excited about the project and proud to be doing this tonight. So it's kind of an honor for me. I'm going to share my screen with you guys and take you through this. All right, here we go. Let's see here. Perfect. Hopefully, can you see my screen, Robbie?
Everything looks great.
All right, cool, man. All right, Jim Carey, by the way, not the actor, everybody. I get a lot of disappointed looks. So I'll start there. But anyway, kind of talk to you a little bit about my journey. I'm 64. I'm a serial entrepreneur. Exited my last company about 5 years ago. Couldn't sit still. And so what did I do? I jumped in and started a digital marketing agency. And we do all kinds of AI voice integrations, inbound, outbound agents, and stuff like that. And I had a buddy of mine who I've known for about 25 years. His name is Tim Blake. And he used to work for me a long time ago. I brought him on as a young sales guy, and he just rose to the top very, very quickly. Just a super Christian guy, just as good as they get. And he became a good friend. And so we've stayed in touch over the years. And about 14 years ago, he left the travel business and went into the hot tub business. And he became the sales manager quite successfully of the largest hot tub and swim spa dealership in Central Texas called Atlas Spas. And so Tim and I were talking, this goes back to about April of this year, and he found out what I was doing with the digital agency and basically said, hey, Jim, he goes, we need some help on this thing and help us with our hot tub business and bring us into the 21st century with AI and everything. So anyway, we got hired to do that at the time. And he came back to me a couple weeks later, and he said, hey, he goes, I've got this other project that I'm doing. And he goes, I'd like to talk to you about doing the marketing for it. And he said, it's called TexitCoin. Have you ever heard of it? So I'm like, no, I've never heard of it at all. So he goes, well, let me ask you this. He goes, do you know anything about cryptocurrency? I said, well, Tim, I actually know a lot about cryptocurrency. So back in 2017, I had a business trip over there for a couple of weeks over to the Philippines. And that's when I kind of really got indoctrinated into cryptocurrency. As many people know, the Asian world is so far ahead of us on early adoption of cryptocurrencies and so forth. They were way ahead. So, they started talking to me about it. It was hard to get my head wrapped around it. But once I started understanding it, I really dove in and started really doing my due diligence and so forth. And I learned a heck of a lot. And I've been very fortunate over the years that I have done very well with cryptocurrency. But really the bedrock of that and why I've done well is because I'm just the kind of person who doesn't just jump into something. I don't go after some coin because it's named after a dog or a squirrel or some meme coin or something like that. I actually do my due diligence and try to find out what is that project trying to accomplish? How are they helping humanity? And And those are the projects that I really have invested in. And, I was fortunate. I wasn't in at the beginning of Bitcoin. Most of us missed that. But I was fortunate enough to get in at 3,300. And, it's today, I think, somewhere around 120,000. And then I got into XRP, but that was back when it was called Ripple. And really, that was the only time I got ripped off. I didn't get ripped off on the project. I actually bought it on the wrong website. Back then, it was like, okay, I want to get in the project. How do you do it? And no one had a lot of the answers. And I went to a website that was one character off. Might have been saying replay instead of Ripple. Anyway, lost $2,500 there. That would have been 75 grand today. But outside of that, I did invest in Ripple, and I've done very well with that project. So that's kind of my crypto experience. So when I was talking to Tim, I was able to share that with him. And so essentially, when he talked to me about the TexitCoin project, and he asked me if we would do the marketing for it, when you get asked to do the marketing, you kind of got to go all in and learn all about it. And so that's what I did. I rolled up my sleeves, did the due diligence on the project. And, not only did we take on the marketing contract for it, but I'll be honest with you, when I was doing the due diligence, it was like, I came back to him and I go, dude, this is like one of the most unique projects I've ever seen. I mean, I've never seen anything like it still. I've never seen anything like it in the past. And I said, this is really exciting. And I said, I want to do this personally. So not only did we do the marketing, but now on May 5th of 2025 this year, I was able and fortunate enough to get into the project personally. And I'll explain what this means in a bit, but I was miner number 3,502. And TXC, the coin, at that time was 60 cents. And I'll tell you why that's significant in a minute. But that's kind of my entrance into the project. So what is the project? So first of all, it's a community project. That's what it is. So a lot of people get that mixed up with, is it a company? It's a community project that was founded to build a community around this thing. And so what's unique about this is that, I always tell people, I said, okay, let's take a look at a coin for a minute, right? Let's say this was a Bitcoin and you bought it for $50. And then you went to bed tonight and tomorrow you woke up and it was worth $52. And then the next day you woke up and it was $48. Well, you lost $2 on paper, or you gained $2 on paper, or it stayed the same. So you understand, if you're normally buying crypto with what I'm used to, it can do this. It's linear. It can only go up. It can only go down. That's it. So then I'm asked, okay, well, what if you went to bed tonight and you bought that coin, let's call it a TXC coin, and you bought that coin and it never went up in value at all. And tomorrow, maybe even it went down in value. But when you woke up tomorrow, you had 1.5 coins. And the next day you had 2 coins, and then 3 coins, and 3.5, then 4 coins, and 5 coins. And every day you went to bed, you had more coins, and you didn't spend a penny to get them. That is the most unique thing I'd ever heard before. So what this project is about, it's not about buying the coin, although you can buy the coin, and it's a great value. It's about buying seats in the mine that's mining the coin. I mean, imagine back in the day, not only if I could have got Bitcoin, but could I buy a seat in the Bitcoin mine or a seat in the XRP mine? They weren't selling those. That's never happened. I've never seen a project where you can buy the mine. It's like buying the golden goose that's laying the eggs rather than buying the eggs themselves. And so that proposition was hugely unique to start with. So I said, so if it never went up in value, I still make money. Yes. Okay. Well, what if at the same time you were accumulating more of them, but they were also going up in value? Now you're talking about the greatest wealth builder in history, and that's called compounding. That is so powerful. So now imagine I'm getting more of these coins, and at the same time, they're going up in value. Well, that's exactly what's happened with this project since its inception, and also since I've gotten involved in it. And I went back and told you that I was miner number 3,502 when I got in May 5th. And at the time, the coin was worth 60 cents. Okay. So I have not purchased one coin. I purchased seats in the mine that are mining coins for me every single day. And those coins have gone up in value from 60 cents to today, I think it was at 475. And so now you can imagine the compounding effect of that, the wealth generating effect of that mechanism right there. So that right there was the most unique thing I'd ever seen in any project, and I think is the most unique thing of any project, any crypto project in the world. This is the most exciting crypto project in the world, in my opinion. Okay, so that's the first part of this thing. And now all of that, while it's great, would have been no good at all in my mind if the utility of the project, of what are they trying to accomplish, what is the founder trying to accomplish, wasn't better for humanity and wasn't just an amazing use case. And I'm going to get to that, but I can assure you that that's what I looked at first, and the use case or the utility of this project is absolutely fantastic, and it's a huge use case, which is going to continue to drive the price of the coin up as time goes on. So right now, guys, in the world, there's 173,400 crypto millionaires that were created just last year, and less than half of them came from Bitcoin. So there's no greater potential wealth building mechanism in the world than cryptocurrency. You know, you need to be careful. You need to you need to get into the right project, but cryptocurrency is really the wave of the future, digital currencies. And this project, again, it's about buying seats in the mine and not buying the coin, although you can buy the coin as well. And we're going to get into that right now. So this is really interesting. So the founder's vision here, this is a continuation of the founder's vision since 2008, back almost when Bitcoin was created. And I can get into that a little bit, but the founder, Bobby, was basically asked to speak at Senator Ron Paul's subcommittee on alternative currencies and so forth as an expert in 2012, and he spoke for about 10 to 12 minutes before Congress as an expert. And so he's been in the space for a long time. He was in the minting space for a while, where he went physical, i.e. copper coins, silver coins, gold coins, when Satoshi Nakamoto, who did Bitcoin, went in the digital world. So once Bobby, the founder, kind of started looking at this from the digital perspective, he said, wait a minute, I want to create a digital currency, and I want to do this in a way that's never been done before. So his idea was, unlike Bitcoin, which kind of lost its way. It was usually, Bitcoin was supposed to be a transactional currency that was made for transactions and so forth. And ultimately, at the end of the day, they kind of lost their way. It's more of a store of wealth. It's a slow blockchain. It's an expensive blockchain. So he's like, how can I do this better? How can I build this for speed? How can I build it for the utility that I want to create? And so his idea was, I'm going to build a mine. It's going to be a 100 million mega hash mine. And I know that's a crazy crypto term, and mega hash and all of that kind of stuff. But like my friend Tim explains it, think of it like a car engine. You know, everybody understands horsepower. And so imagine there's going to be 100 million horsepower engine, and that each seat on the engine is 1 horsepower or 100 horsepower. This is basically going to be a 100 million mega hash mine with 1 million seats, each worth 100 mega hash. And there you got your 100 million mega hash mine. And so his idea was, how am I going to do this? You know what I'm going to do? I want to build a community around this project, around the utility, so that when we sell the mine out, which is phase 1, is to sell the mine out by building this community. When we get to the phase 2, which is the utility, I'll already have a big community that believes in the utility and can start going down that road, which is the phase 2. And I'm going to get to the utility of that in a minute. So what he didn't want to happen was what happened in Bitcoin. Right now, China mines over 50% of the Bitcoin in the world. Why? I mean, they have all the money, they have the electrical grid, they have all of that stuff. So it's like a person could not mine Bitcoin right now individually if they wanted to. They couldn't compete, and they couldn't make that profitable. And so he did not want multimillionaires coming into this project and basically going, hey, I think I'll take half the seats in the mine, and this guy says I want to take the other half of the seats in the mine, and now you got, a handful of people that own all the seats in the mine. It doesn't serve the community, and it doesn't serve his vision of what this was going to be. So he limited that, and he created a structure for that, and it's pretty cool, and I'm going to share that with you. But while there are going to be 1 million seats in the mine, when the mine is sold out, there will not be 1 million miners. And the reason for that is because currently the average person getting in and buying mining seats is buying about 4 seats. And so projected 250 to 300,000 miners in total will basically buy all the seats in the mine, which again are about 1 million seats. Now, that's projected to sell out in February of 2026. Okay, and I told you already that I was miner number 3,502 when I came into the project. Well, currently, there's almost 35,000 miners just 5 months later. So if you take the trajectory of that and you just simply keep going and assume that the mine is growing at the same rate of growth, it's very simple. It's mathematics. There will be 250 to 300,000 miners by next February, and the mine will be sold out. And the significance of that is what I go back to when I was telling you about the story of just being able to buy the coin and it goes up or down. So at the time the mine is sold out, there will be no more miners who can buy a mining seat. So all of the people who got involved and bought mining seats, those people will own the seats. Everybody else will be standing on the outside looking in, and all they can do is buy the coin. So this is a mining project. And again, the agenda is to sell out the mine by February of 2026, and we're going to move on from there. So how do you participate in this project? Okay, there's 3 ways to participate in this project. And I love this, okay, because you self-serve. You take yourself where you want and what you're comfortable with. So the only thing you have to do ever is simply to buy a seat in the mine. Become a miner, okay? You become a miner. This is a 137-year project, okay? So when you buy a mining seat, you will have coins mined for you every day for the next 137 years. It will mine 353 million coins over that time period. It mines about 100,000 coins every single day, and those coins are distributed to the number of miners that have seats in the mine equally. So equal distribution. Crowdsourcing this thing, it's equal distribution. So what happens essentially is that those coins are distributed every day, and as more and more miners come into the project, you get less coins every day. However, the value of those coins is growing, 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 and it hasn't missed a monthly growth rate yet. As I said, I came in at 60 cents when the coin was at 60 cents. Today it was at like 4.75. So I'm getting less coins per day, but I'm getting them for 137 years. And what's cool about that, you look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin is a 130-year project that will mine 21 million Bitcoins over that time. What's cool about the blockchain and what's cool about honest money, as the founder always talks about, which is his life's work and the passion, is honest money cannot be corrupted. So just like Bitcoin will have 21 million coins, they can't make any more. So just unlike the Federal Reserve, which, right now they're in a government shutdown, and so they're all jockeying for position to print more money to get us into the next stage and open the government back up. Well, with Bitcoin and with TexitCoin, it's immutable. So there's going to be 353 million coins. That's all there'll ever be, and there will never be any more. So you can't inflate it. It's honest money, and that is what's so cool about this project. It's honest money. So the first thing you could do is become a miner. You buy a seat in the mine. Again, going back to the fact that the founder didn't want multimillionaires grabbing all the seats, you can only buy up to 9 seats in the mine. Okay, when you buy 9 seats, you get 2 extra seats for free. So you get 11 seats in the mine at that point. So you have 11 seats generating coins for you every single day for the next 137 years. You can buy 1 seat all the way up to 9 seats. If you buy 5, you get 1 for free. If you buy 9, you get 2 for free. And that's basically how you participate in this project. Can you bring your wife in, excuse me, or your husband in for 9 seats as well? Yes, you can do that. and a lot of people do that as well. But again, the whole concept of this was build a community of 250 to 300,000 people to support the utility of the project and to crowdsource the mine. So first way, become a miner. Never tell anybody about it if you don't want to. Take your wallet, which this is a brilliant piece of technology. I'll talk to you about that in a minute as well. But this is your cold storage wallet. Your coins are actually tracked on the blockchain by a QR code that's laser etched on the back of this. It was an invention by the founder back in 2017. You guys have probably seen the famous Bitcoin logo and the Bitcoin coin that was created. Well, that was created by the founder of this project back in 2017. And the first cold storage wallets that were actual coins that are laser etched with a QR code on the back to locate your coins on the blockchain, that was another invention by the founder. So you buy a mining seat, you get a coin mailed to you, and like I tell people, if you got Disney stock from your mom and you got stock certificates, put them in a safe place and don't lose them. That is financial responsibility. Same with this. Take this, put it in a safe, and forget about it. Come back in 5 years, and who knows, maybe you'll be crypto rich. But at the end of the day, that's the first way to participate. So the second way to participate, and I was the guy who said, wait a minute, I can't buy more seats. People are buying seats. The mine's going to be sold out in 2026 February. Well, how can I get more seats? Is there a way for me to do that? And the answer is yes. And that is another brilliant invention of how this thing's structured by the founder. So you can do it in two ways. So the first way is what we call a 1-2 free bonus, okay? That means that you tell some people about it. You cannot buy a mining seat except through another miner that's already in the project. So with that, if you tell 3 people about it and they come in and they buy 3 seats in the mine, each of them buy, let's say, 1 seat, or one person buys 9 seats, a 9-pack, they call it a 9-pack, because when you buy a 9-pack, and you get 2 free, it counts as 3 different, what we call tracking centers. I'll get into that in a minute. But at the end of the day, you bring 3 people in and you get 1 free seat. That's $1,000 value. A seat is $1,000. So that's pretty cool. Okay, I got 1 seat. But hey, if you do that within the first 30 days, you get a bonus of another seat. So if I bring 3 people in, and they come in the first 30 days, I get 2 free seats in the mine. Yes. And if you rinse and repeat, that resets immediately when you do that. And the next day you can do it again. And the next day you could do it again. Every time you do it, it resets. You get a new 30-day window. So that's a really cool way to help grow the community, tell people about it, and for you to be rewarded for doing that. So that's called the 1-2 free bonus, and that's really cool. And that's about personal enrollments by you. So how can I get more seats where maybe I didn't personally enroll somebody? Could that happen? The answer is yes, and that is your referral commissions. So this is where I'm going to mention the 2 words that are kind of like, and it's called network marketing, and I add ISH to the end of that, network marketing-ish. So it is network marketing-ish. And let me explain why. You have a left and a right side of binary, a network marketing diagram, if you will. You can only bring miners in on your left side or your right side. That kind of looks and smells like network marketing, and we're not running away from that. But there's an ish here, and I'm going to get to the ish part of it. But at the end of the day, here's how it works. You bring those 3 people in, the miners came in, and they're on your left side, okay? You bring 3 new miners in, and they go on your right side. Now you've matched up 3 points on your right with 3 points on your left, and you get a $1,000 referral commission. That's pretty cool. You can get 6 and 6 and get a $2,000 commission, or 9 and 9, and you can get a $3,000 commission. The maximum that you can earn in your one position is $3,000 every single week. But here's the cool news. You can choose to take that in cash, which is USDC. It's the digital equivalent of cash. And then you can send that to your bank account, and now you've got cash for your commissions. No problem. Or if you're like me, I want more seats before the mine sells out. So if you choose to take that in what they call hash, which is hashing power, that's free seats in the mine, you can get that doubled. So your $1,000 cash commission becomes $2,000 in seats, meaning you get 2 free seats. If you got a $2,000 commission, you can get 4 free seats. And if you have 3,000, you can get 6 free seats. And so that's how you can earn a lot of seats in the mine. Now, on the commission side, you're getting those seats and those points even if you do not personally enroll another miner. So in the first part, 1, 2 free, it's about your personal enrollments. As your organization begins to grow, there's people coming in and becoming miners that you've never even heard of before. And those points go to you, and they go all the way up, and you're reaping the rewards of helping build that community, even with people that you've never met and you don't even know. And so now your position starts to max out at 1,000 a week, 2,000 a week, 3,000 a week. You're taking those in seats potentially, and now you're earning seats in the mine for free for basically the founder's vision of helping grow the community. So now I'm going to get to the ish part of network marketing. Network marketing companies, what do they want to do? Look at Amway, look at Monave, look at Melaleuca. They want to be around forever, don't they? Because that's what they do. Well, guess what? This is simply a mechanism that's a means to an end. The end is to sell out the mine. Okay, so the brilliance is crowdsource that, and the 1, 2 free bonus when the mine is sold out, and the commission referral program when the mine is sold out, and the binary matrix when the mine is sold out is gone. I mean, there's no more mining seats to sell. So that's very unlike network marketing. We're basically going to have the whole thing go away when the mine is sold out. Okay, that's the first thing. Second thing with network marketing is you always have to keep buying something, whether it's pills, potions, and lotions, whether it's patches or whatever the case may be. You have to keep doing that. With this, you don't buy anything. There's nothing more to buy. I mean, on my personal journey, okay, I have not purchased one more seat than when I first got into this, and I have today almost 100 seats in the mine. Okay, that's from sharing the vision with other people and just simply building the community and helping this project grow. So again, it's network marketing-ish, but again, that's all going to go away when the mine is sold out. And you don't have to buy anything, and don't forget, you don't even have to participate in this part of the business. You can just be a miner, and that's all you ever have to do. So again, you can bite off whatever you want to bite off and grow as fast as you want to grow, or just put it in a safe and come back and see what happens with the project. So that's how you get involved in the project. And now I'm going to get to one, I think, the most exciting part of this thing. I mean, I know I'm a little geared up right now, and I'm a little bit excited because let's face facts. I mean, the whole structure of this thing, you know, with the compounding effect, with the buying the golden goose instead of buying the eggs, with owning the mining seats for 137 years. I mean, that's generational wealth. How could it get more exciting than that? Well, guess what? It can. So the founder's vision for this is, and he has a document called The Path to $16, and that's by February of 2026. And there's a very linear path to $16. And every month they hit goals, and those goals have not been missed yet. In fact, they're ahead of their goals every single time. When I got in at 60 cents to today at 475, in September, we were supposed to be at 275. In fact, today we're at $4.75. So it's a project that's hitting all the marks all the time. So what's the utility? Well, the utility is so exciting. As you may know, the regulatory environment in the United States, both at the federal level and also in the state of Texas, has never been more crypto-friendly. Towns and cities all across the state of Texas where this project started and is mined all in Texas. There's about 300 cities that are in the Downtown Digital Association in Texas. And what these cities are looking to do is basically looking to keep money in their own community for as long as they can keep it there, to help the businesses that are in that community, to help the people that are in that community. And so, you know, when somebody goes to a coffee shop in their town and they buy a Starbucks and they use a MasterCard and Visa, that money leaves the community like right now. It's at Chase in New York. It's at Wells Fargo in San Francisco, but it's gone. It's not in that community. So what the vision here is that the founder is to help these communities to do that and keep circulating money within their communities 4 to 5 times longer than anything that they're doing with merchant accounts and MasterCard and Visa. And how are we going to do that? So the first thing that happens is that we'll use a town like McKinney in Texas to start with. And we go in there, and McKinney wants to create a digital currency for their town. Let's say they call it the McKinney coin, okay? That McKinney coin, and I forgot to tell you this, but our TexitCoin is built on, it's a layer 1 blockchain that is built on top of a clone of the Litecoin blockchain. So unlike Bitcoin, the Litecoin blockchain is lightning fast. It's built for transactional speed and also for low-cost transactions. So we're set up perfectly to accomplish the goal and the utility of this project. So we go into a town and we say, okay, we'll help you. We'll create the McKinney coin. It'll be a layer 2 on top of our layer 1 TexitCoin blockchain. So everything's based off our layer 1. We create that coin for them. Now what? Well, what we do is we go into a local credit union in their town, and we put $5 million into the credit union in a deposit account. That acts as what we call a stable coin. So if you look at USDC, which is the digital version of the US dollar, they're always at 1-to-1. Okay, it creates a very stable situation. So what we do is take all the volatility of crypto out of that by creating essentially a stable coin. So now we have projected to be $5 million in transactions within that community that are going to happen over that year. We have $5 million in cash currency supporting those transactions. So it's very safe for the city to jump on board with their own digital currency. They don't have to worry about the volatility. Now that credit union, guess what they can do? They can loan that money out. It's what they do. They can help small businesses with loans. They can help people in the community with loans. They can earn interest on that as well. And then that money is also supporting the transactions that are about to happen within that community. So that's the base, right? We create that. Now, what do we do with it? How do we help? So we start with fairs and festivals, okay? The founder's got a big experience with fairs and festivals. I don't know how it is where you guys live, but where I live in Florida and in Texas as well, you go to the state fair, you wait in the hot sun, you buy your coupons, you buy your tickets, you take the kids on the Ferris wheel, you use it for the turkey legs, all of that. And then you didn't get enough, you wait in line again, you get some more, and that's how it works. And guess what happens? When you leave, what do you have? You got 10 coupons in your pocket that you can't use. They're worthless. So we solved that problem by the McKinney coin, okay? We created that coin. So now people basically, instead of waiting in lines and buying coupons and doing all that stuff, they buy it right through their app. And now they can buy that coin right there. They've got it when they go into that fair or festival. And now they take their app out, and guess what? Scanning QR codes going through, just like Apple Pay, just like Google Pay. And now they can pay using the coin of that community for the currency, okay? That's built on the TXC blockchain. Okay, now let's go forward. Now when they leave the fair or the festival, what happens? Well, they don't have 10 coupons in their pocket that are useless. Now what they have is they have actual McKinney coin. Now that has a value, okay? So now let's talk about the merchants in that town and the business community. Now we partner with the Chamber of Commerce, the Downtown Digital Association. We say, hey, merchants, guess what we have? We got a bunch of people who are walking around with McKinney coin on their wallet that are looking for places to spend it. They're looking for the sign in your window that says McKinney coin accepted here. And guess what? You want that money, right? You're a merchant. So why would these merchants want to participate in this? Well, there's 5 good reasons for it. Number 1, there is a ready stream of people who are walking around with it on their wallet, where now that can be pushed out to those people with ads that say, here's where you can spend it. Okay, that's the first thing. So a ready stream of people who have it and they're looking for places to spend it. The next thing is when they do spend it, and by the way, what is the incentive for a person to spend it at a merchant? There's a 5% bonus. So it's like you buy a cup of coffee for $10 if you're the person who has the McKinney coin, and now guess what? You get a 50-cent bonus when you make that transaction. So the customers are incentivized to use it and to buy with that coin. Now, you're the merchant. You don't have to pay a 1.5% to 5% merchant fee anymore to take Visa, MasterCard, American Express. The transaction cost for the McKinney coin on the TexitCoin blockchain, because it's Litecoin, is like 0.0001. So it's infinitesimal transaction fees. So the business wins there as well. The next thing is that they get their money instantly. So with MasterCard and Visa, they're waiting 1 to 3 days a lot of times to get their money deposited into their account. Well, guess what? With TexitCoin, the McKinney coin, it's in their wallet immediately. So they have their money. The next thing, no chargebacks. Okay, that is absolutely cool. So, a merchant now can refund people's money, but they refund them when they want to refund it. They refund it the way they want. It's not like they just get the money yanked out of their account because somebody disputed the charge. There is no chargebacks with this. And lastly, the coin is being promoted heavily. TexitCoin right now is spending north of $1.3 million a month in the state of Texas on hundreds of billboards, building the brand awareness of the blockchain and the coin and the layer one, and building that awareness. They're at every gate in the DFW airport. They're at every gate in the Houston airport, in the Houston Intercontinental, Houston Hobby, Austin Airport, and they are on wrapped cars. They are everywhere. They're now in Florida, and they have billboards in Florida. And so now you look at this and go, okay, well, I understand how we can go in and help a community. That's really cool. And now you look at it and you go, is that a big use case though? Well, let's look at it. 300 cities in the state of Texas, $5 million in transactions. That's $1.5 billion in transactions. Okay, and that's just at 300 cities in the state of Texas. And now you look at Florida, and you look at other models that you can go out and start duplicating this. And even though we're taking a very small transaction fee, this is the utility of the project. This is what takes it from what the founder always says is $16 is just proof of concept. That just means we sold the mine out. We have $1 billion market cap once the mine is sold out, okay, because that's 1 million seats. For $1,000 a seat, it's $1 billion, okay? That puts the coin at a top 100 coin in the world. It's on Coinbase. It's on Kraken. Right now, we're on 4 major exchanges anyway. We're on the 2nd largest exchange in the world on Mexi, but it takes things to the next level. When the mine's sold out, that's what powers the phase 2 utility. And then you look at 1.5 billion in transactions, and now that builds the profitability of the coin and the project as those fees start to compile. And the founder has a vision for a phase 3 and other things that are coming that are quite honestly, they'll blow your mind. So, but if you look at the utility of this, this says, okay, I can see that when they get to $16, there's a path to 80. In fact, there's a document that shows that, and the founder has a pathway to 800. So that's what, to me, got me so excited about this, because even though everything else was exciting, if this part didn't work, then guess what? I'm not interested. I'm not interested. But you look at this, and this is exactly how some of the more popular coins in the world that are very profitable projects, like XRP, for example, which is doing cross-border payments, and they're seeking to disrupt the SWIFT banking system with small transaction fees. That is very similar to what we're doing as well. So that's kind of the utility of the project and the vision for the project, and it's where we're going in the future. So that's what got me totally excited about this whole thing. So hopefully you guys are, getting on that. So let me cover some things that we're not, because it's important in cryptocurrency especially. So we're not a rug pull. What is that? Well, a rug pull means that the founder pre-mined 1 million or 2 million coins for themselves, and now they've got these coins, and now they go, hey, I'm going to go out and sell these now. I'm going to go out and I'm going to pitch it, and I'm going to build the value of this thing, get people talking about it, and then all of a sudden the value goes up a bit, and then they go, boom, they sell 2 million coins, and the market tanks, and everybody's done. they pulled the rug out from everybody. That is the furthest thing from this project. In fact, this project has the opposite problem. We can't get people to sell the coins. They're going up in value on a very regular basis. The founder is always asking the whales in this are not network marketing whales or anything. They are simply the people who got into the project at the beginning when, I mean, you can imagine the first 10 miners who got into the project, everybody was always treated equally. So even the founder and his daughter, who was the first miner, they only got production of coins from the mining power of the mine. But again, if there were 10 miners and it's producing 100,000 coins a day, which it does, anywhere between 90 and 100,000, and you're 10 miners, well, guess what? Those miners are getting 10,000 coins a day. And again, as this becomes more miners, less and less coins per day, but the value of the coin continues to go up. So rug pull, not in this case. The other thing is, and the founder points this out all the time, when the whales got in initially, they controlled 100% of the circulating supply of the coin. Then it was 80%. Then it was 60%. So that is going down and down and down all the time. I think it's 40% or 41% right now is controlled by the whales. So as more and more miners come in, there's more and more people, which means that if somebody did want to sell a bunch of coins, they could do that and not impact the price dramatically at all. The other thing is the founder has liquidity coins, and I know that's a fancy term, but at the end of the day, in order to prevent something like that from happening as another surety, the founder has currently about $5 million in liquidity. That means, hey, I've got buy orders in on the low side to support the price of the coin with my own money, with the project's own money. So rug pull, furthest thing from it. Pump and dump. Pump and dump is the same kind of thing. Pre-mined coins, except the owner and the founder went ahead and said, oh, I'm going to hire an influencer. Oh, I'm going to get celebrities to endorse the coin. And they get all these celebrities talking about it, all that stuff. And then all of a sudden they dump the coins. And you know what? Everybody loses. And again, never been an influencer on this project ever. It was honest money, honest mining. Everybody treated the same way. And there's never been a celebrity or an influencer in the project, and there never will be. And that's the founder's commitment. Is it a Ponzi? Well, you know, we're not Bernie Madoff here. The bottom line is a Ponzi simply, you need new money to basically pay the debts of yesterday. That's nothing happening here. So the referral commissions that are paid out that I talked to you about earlier, they are paid out every single week without fail. In fact, it's right on the website, and I get a kick out of this. You know, you look at all these other cryptocurrencies, you know, and I go back a little bit to the utility of this project because somebody said to me, well, couldn't somebody else do this, the utility of the project, and do that with Monero or do that with Solana or do that with Litecoin? Well, the answer is they could, except they're not. And that's because there's no vision. I mean, you look at Charlie Lee, who basically founded Litecoin, and he's checked out. There's no leadership in these coins. And so it would take somebody with a vision like our founder to basically say, hey, wait a minute, I want to do this and I want to build it on that blockchain, but I want to do this with a growing community, and I'm going to crowdsource and I'm going to do it. We're the only ones in the world doing this. So the utility is so unique, and we're the only ones doing it. I mean, I got to tell you, I'm sorry, I get wound up and I do get excited about this. So the Ponzi thing, no debt in the company, cash, a ton of cash, debt-free, no issues, commissions paid out every week. We don't need money to pay new debt or to pay old debt. Is it a pyramid scheme? This is a great one. So in a typical network marketing deal, and that's why I said ish, yes, the people up here, okay, are making $40,000 a month, while the people down here, maybe they're making, you know, $10 a month, $100 a month, whatever it is, that's pumping up the volume to go up to the person at the top. That's the furthest thing from the truth. The way this is designed is absolutely brilliant because nobody, I don't care if you're here, I don't care if you're the founder, his daughter, or you're here, everybody can make $3,000 a week in commissions, and then it resets. So it doesn't make a difference. Nobody, the person up here, they could be getting 400 points on their right and 400 points on their left. All the points over 9 wash out and reset, and they get $3,000. And they start at 0 again next week. and that's brilliant. That means there is no pyramid. So it's nothing like that, not a pyramid of any kind whatsoever. So that's basically what it's not. So how do I get involved? Really, really simple, guys. You get involved by getting with the person who brought you here tonight. Ask them questions, talk about it with them, decide what you want to do. You can come in, each seat's $1,000. You can buy one seat, okay? You can buy one seat, and then you have 30 days to upgrade to 5 seats and get one for free, okay, within 30 days. You can buy one seat and upgrade to 9 seats and get 2 for free within the first 30 days. And again, you can get with the person that brought you to understand the fact that when you come in with 9, you actually can earn $9,000 a week in commission because you actually get 3 tracking centers. And I don't want to get too far afield on that, but you can ask about that if you're the kind of person that says, no, I want to build this thing and I want seats. Great. Get with the person that brought you, explore the 9-pack and how that can help you get there faster and get more seats. But bottom line is it's $1,000. Okay, we don't ask for your social security number. They don't ask for your birth date. Okay, it's DeFi all the way, meaning decentralized finance. Literally your name, your email, your phone number, and where do you want your coins mailed to? And that's your address. And basically that is all it takes to get involved in this project. And again, you can go back to the beginning where all you got to do is buy a mining seat and never do anything else, or you can get into the crowdsourcing and to help build the community, and you can earn more free seats. So basically, that's how you get involved. That's what the project's all about. I'm going to say thank you to you guys, and I'm going to dive in. I'm looking at my watch here. I've been going about 45, and Robbie has asked me to kind of limit myself to about 45 minutes. There's like 275 of you guys on the call at this point, and essentially, let me look at this real quick. And there's a few questions, guys, here in the Q&A. Let me see here. Oh, thanks for that. I might have a spelling. Someone's saying I got a spelling error in my PowerPoint. Thank you, Jerry. Appreciate that on slide 5. High five on that. What makes the price go up, and how will Bobby be about to stabilize and even grow the price when 90,000-ish TXC are mined every day? What if they all start selling every day? Won't that drop the price pretty hard? I think I've asked and answered that. There's the liquidity supporting the bottom price of the coin, etc. We had a Ranger call last night. Nobody's worried about the price of the coin at this point, guys. What's happening in the marketplace is the normal organic marketplace happening. If you looked at the 24-hour volume in the last 24 hours, I looked at it today. It was like almost $750,000. I mean, we're starting to get some traction. People are getting attracted to the project. Also, don't forget, Bobby and Tim Blake are over in Singapore right now, and they just did the Token 49 conference, which is the biggest crypto conference in the world. And there were a ton of people coming up going, I mean, we spent about $500,000 on that conference to be a platinum sponsor, and people are just coming up in droves to Bobby and going to the booth and to Tim and saying, what's this thing all about? So we're starting to get, the world is starting to know about us. And so you're going to probably see the 24-hour volume start to go up and doing some. Zach says, easiest way to understand the tracking of profit centers. I get really confused sometimes. So $995 is for one center. Yes, one seat in the mine, $995. And then he says, okay, $9,000 for 3. So what it is you get $9,000, you get 9 seats in the mine, 900 hashing power. That's each seat is 100 hashing power. You get 2 bonus seats, so you have 1,100 hashing power. That's hashing power. Okay, 9 seats, 11 seats in production. However, the 3 tracking centers are your commission tracking centers, and if you come in for 9, you get 3 of those, and you get to earn $3,000 in commission on each one of those. Get with the person that brought you to get a little more information on that. Also, is there a place to make business cards? Yes, you can go to tons of places. Go to the Telegram channel, hit up your Ranger, find out who your Ranger is, and they will hook you up with places to buy swag, places to get business cards, and do all of that stuff. Is it fair that I have 3 guests on here and now they may enroll under you? Are you part of corporate? First of all, they can't enroll under me. they have to go back through another miner, and that's you. And so just tell them to go back to you, and that's taken care of. I'm not in the business of enrolling people for you guys. I'm just here to share the dream and the vision. Where and when can we tour the mining center? Pretty much you can't. They don't want people just dropping in. They don't want people dropping into corporate. They want people making appointments. You can get back with your ranger on that, and they will get that handled for you. Thank you, Blue Chip Drip. Your presentation answered all my questions. I'm glad I could do that. Thank you, Dr. Breakthrough. How do we schedule a time to visit the offices? I just covered that. Penny, the recorded Zooms are in the back office, haven't been updated. So I'm going to defer that to Robbie Rue, who's my buddy on here. There's not any videos since 8/25. The Rangers have talked about that, and I'm sure Robbie's got a plan for that. I don't know what it is. I won't put you on the spot, but if you want to say what it is, Robbie, that's fine. Or they can get back with the Ranger. Okay, so guys, we're working on it. Let me tell you, 3,500 miners. When I got in, 35,000 today. These guys are overwhelmed, but we're making it. We're digging out. Tell them about, Alonzo says, tell them about when all the mines are sold out and the coin is at $1,000, they'll earn 10%, which is $100 anyway. That's real complicated. You can get back with your Ranger on that. Brad, enjoyed the presentation. Thanks, appreciate it, brother. Robbie Rue's typing an answer. Can we get a recording? Okay. Last one, guys. I thought you only get 2 new tracking centers for a total of 3. First one and then 2 more after 9. No. When you buy a 9-pack, you get 1,100 hashing power, so 2 seats for free, and that's hashing power. That's what generates your coins every day. Every seat generates coins. The 3 tracking centers come as another bonus for buying 9, and those are commission tracking centers, which you can earn $3,000 per week in commission on those. Get with your Ranger for the distinction on that, because there are some, sometimes it's like drinking from a fire hose. I get that. Last one, guys. I post these videos in Facebook group every Wednesday and Friday. When are they posted to YouTube? That's the deal. Jimmy has left the building. I love you guys. Get with your Rangers. I'm going to stop the share at this point. Robbie, do you have anything to add?
No, you did excellent. I think there was a lot of very excited people on this call. Your presentation was excellent. So thank you so much. It's always great to have different perspectives from different miners and different Rangers and people that are just enjoying this project. So thank you very much, Jim. Excellent
Well, thanks,
work.
Robbie. It was an honor to be asked to do it. I appreciate it.
Sure. Thank you, sir.
All right, guys. Everyone, have a great night.
Have a good night, everyone. Thank you.